It's that time of year again. As you'll have guessed from the thumbnail and the title, today we're going to be talking about some possible new designs for BattleBots 2020. Disclaimer, we don't actually know when or if there's going to be a 2020 season, and if there is, we're not sure which teams will be able to make it because of travel restrictions. Double disclaimer, all of the robots on this list have been revealed to the public either by the teams themselves or by BattleBots. Anything that isn't public knowledge yet probably shouldn't be shared in the comments section. And enough waffling, let's start. Okay, so at number 8 we have Pardon My French, and as you can see, Pardon My French is a drum spinner. And quite a cool looking one as well. I believe it is a dual nationality bot because it looks like some members of the team Oui are Canadian and then some are French. It's quite small compared to the other robots, but it will not be fighting alone. Oh no. You see this little guy here? That's Zoot. Zoot is a mini-bot with a pneumatic lifter that can reportedly lift up to 110 kilograms. That's over 20 times its own weight, and well over the weight of most of the robots that will be there. And also, look at the size of the motor powering that drum. That is huge. It's going to be absolutely lethal. And personally, I can't wait to see what Philip Voyer and the team can do with this thing. Next up we have another international bot. It is Ominous. Ominous is a vertical spinner from Tilburg in the Netherlands, and it looks very complicated. That's 5% of the pieces. My god. What makes Ominous special is how it moves across the floor. It uses omnidirectional drive, kind of like Shatter but with 3 wheels. This means it can move sideways as well as forwards, backwards, left and right. They competed in that virtual battle thing that Witch Doctor hosted, and it looked very quick and very maneuverable. In terms of how well it's going to do, I think it's going to have to try and defend those wheel drive pod things from horizontal spinners quite well. And unlike Shatter, the bot is reliant on each wheel to travel in a certain direction. So if one of them was to be damaged, it looks like it would have difficulty moving across the floor, which is interesting. It's a really cool looking bot though, I mean, really sleek as well. At number 6 we have War Easy. Definitely one of the cooler looking robots in this, I have to say. It looks like a red Hypershock, so an RC car basically. And with that spinner, it looks like it's coming straight out of King of Bots. Apart from that, I can't find anything about the team or the technical details of the robot. There's definitely no relation to Warhawk, as far as I'm aware. The weapon is strange. It's a vertical bar, but it's got the length of a horizontal bar. It's not the kind of bar that you would usually see on a Vert. It looks vicious though, and the motors are very cool. Up next we have Yaga. What she said. Yaga is a German clusterbot that has been developing recently. It's got 3 segments to it, and all of them look very effective. We've got the Minotaur looking drum spinner, the Undercutter, and the Hammer Saw with a wedge. Now personally, I think the Hammer Saw with the wedge is just a way of sneaking a wedge into the clusterbot, because the Hammer Saw looks a tiny bit light. I'm actually really excited to see these bots because good quality middleweights and even lightweights are more than capable of picking on heavyweights and doing damage. That wedge is going to be really useful against horizontals, and I can't really see them losing to any other like flippers and stuff because there's 3 of them and they have a way to combat everything basically. Yaga will be the first German robot to appear on TV since 2003. So if it doesn't make it to BattleBots, I'm going to be devastated. I believe the team also entered Phoenix and Angst into BattleBots as well, sorry. I like Yaga because it doesn't look dangerous as well, especially with that colour scheme. But it very clearly is, because these are like pseudo-heavyweight bots. They don't really have a weight class, I think they're 33 kilos each. And they're clearly going to pack a punch, so we need to watch out for these. Especially that undercut, look at the size of that bar. At number 4 we have Abrasion. Abrasion, if you've somehow never heard of it, is a stealth flipper from the UK live scene. It's the same team that built Immersion, entered Vulture into Robot Wars, and have been really successful in the featherweight category. Look at all that stuff there, look at all those awards. Abrasion basically works like a front hinged flipper. It gets underneath its opponents and throws them into the wall at high speed. This design could be really successful because it incorporates the spinner killer element into the flipper, and it's definitely more suited to the spinner heavy environment than Hydra and Bronco are. As you can see here, Bronco's flipper is kind of more like a spatula, and so if it gets damaged, it doesn't really have much else in terms of offensive weaponry. So I just hope that it has the reliability to back it up. For number 3, we are headed to Seoul, South Korea, to look at Obi Blade version 3. Now, if you want to know how powerful this robot is, it's known as the Korean Tombstone. It entered King of Bots, where it was viewed more as a joke entry because of how many times it got flipped over and couldn't self-right. However, the team are working to make sure that this deadly spinner can self-right if it needs to. That barrel got absolutely mangled. Jeez, that was scary. Team Orbi are known for making all of their robots look extremely professional. Look at that thwackbot, isn't that cool? They also have actually hosted an international Antweight event in their own arena, which is pretty sick. Obi Blade, whether it wins or not, is going to put on a great show. And I cannot wait to see it tearing stuff up in America, because it's already done it in China. At number 2 we have Slamo from Craig Danby and Team Mobot. Slamo is one of my favourite robots. It has a lifter and 2 grabbing arms. It literally grabs things and then suplexes them. It works, I love it. The green and white works really well on this robot as well. The team is sponsored by Team Mobot, a company which creates a pretty awesome alternative to lawnmowers. You should probably go and check that out. Slamo has competed at another event already where I think it did very well. I think it lost to the Krusty Grab, which is also going to be at BattleBots 2020. It's the endgame team. So maybe, just maybe, Craig Danby can reach the top 32 this year. I mean, it does have a spinner killer edge now. And number 1 is Orion. Orion is a robot from the same team that run Robot Wars with Apollo and King of Bots with Vulcan. So by that logic, winning BattleBots for this team would mean that they win the triple crown of televised competitions. How amazing is that? More importantly, this thing looks fantastic. Look at the paint scheme and the aesthetic and everything. It looks absolutely brilliant. More importantly, finally we get to see an actual Brit flipper attend BattleBots and faced off against Hydra. More importantly, flamethrowers. It literally has flamethrowers that look like rocket boosters. They've taken the traditional Brit flipper and made it even more awesome, and we love to see it. The team are really fun guys as well. It's good to see that we're getting Brit flippers being let into BattleBots finally, for the first time, because Robot Wars prove that they are not boring if you do them correctly and you have them in moderation. Orion hopefully will make the quarterfinals at least. Thank you for listening to this nonsense. If you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe, and please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think of my videos. I have nothing more to say really. Join me next week at the same time for some more BattleBots videos probably. I have nothing more to say, so good night everyone.